Hello everyone, my name is Manpreet Kaur. Today, me and my team members Daniel and Nicholas will present a case study on General Motors. This case study examined the problems faced by General Motors. These problems have brought this company at the verge of bankruptcy. So, in this case, we will study and analyze what were the problems and how they overcome these problems. And here is the short background for this company. It is basically a USA based company which was founded on 16th of September 1908, and this company produces around 10 million of vehicles, and the core product lines under this huge company is big Cadillac, GMC and Chevrolet. In 1980s, USA was really dominated market, and they also faced huge challenges due to which this company faced bankruptcy. After analyzing this case study, I think the two main reasons for the bankruptcy was poor business strategies, and second was the recession period in US, which really impacted the revenues for General Motors. General Motors dominated the market share in 80s with 44% of market share, but it come down to 19% by the end of 2019. On the other hand, Toyota also emerged as a fierce competition for this company. They also filed a bankruptcy protection, and they recovered a little bit from their bankruptcy. After emerging from bankruptcy, they see a ray of hope. They see an opportunity to collaborate with the Chinese market, and they had a joint venture with a company called SAIC, which means Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation, and they put an initial investment of 1.6 billion. Sorry, so this collaboration was really beneficial for that company. Now we will discuss some important questions regarding this case study. So our first question is, General Motors enters the Chinese market at the time when demand was very limited. Why? What was the strategic rationale? At the time General Motors entered Chinese market, uh, the Chinese market sold 400,000 cars a year, which is really less according to the population. So they recognize an opportunity to grab the market, as there is a huge population as compared to the sale of cars. So they experienced a rapid economic growth for their company. And the strategic rationale was the condition for the company was really favorable. It was a first mover advantage for that company, and the collaboration really make a difference. So the second question is, why did General Motors enter through a joint venture with SAC? What are the benefits of this approach? So the major reason for entering into a joint venture with the company is the lack of knowledge and the market structure. They didn't know about the market structure of of China, and the second reason was they also prohibited the independent entry of any foreign company, and they were really benefited by this joint venture in the terms of cost, risks, and even they shared the technology. And that Chinese company had very good links with the political parties there, so they enjoyed that too. What are the potential risks of the joint venture with the Chinese company? If there is any political imbalance, then it will impact the Chinese company, which will have ultimately will have the huge impact on the General Motors. On the other hand, there was an imbalance in investment because they have a the Chinese company have the bigger market share, and there was cultural differences as well. So sometimes the Chinese company was preferred by the China.
We will be continuing our presentation with question number 3. Why did GM not simply license its technology to SAIC? Why not export cars from the US? GM was established in 1908 and therefore has had many years to achieve a competitive advantage in the motor vehicle industry through its manufacturing processes, especially with regards to its efficiency on the experience curve. GM has likely streamlined much of its manufacturing processes from labor efficiency to technology, then to shared experience advantages. To license SAIC and its technology could jeopardize this competitive advantage that GM has taken so long to build. Exporting cars from the US would have had economic burdens in terms of both exporting and manufacturing, which would most likely result in the consumer shouldering most of the financial burden. This would make GM's products much too expensive to compete in the Chinese markets against other local automotive manufacturers who already have access to the low-cost labor and raw materials. Licensing their technology with SAIC has the potential to give away competitive advantages in manufacturing. Proprietary or intangible assets could be lost. Licensing limits control over strategic moves in foreign country. Lacks control required to realize experience curve and location economics. Chinese government likely deterred licensing in order to protect the juvenile Chinese automotive market from foreign competition. Decided not to export from the US because cheaper labor cost in China, low cost raw materials in China, omits high transportation costs and tariffs, and trade barriers to exporting. Moving on to question number 4. Why has the joint venture been so successful to date? The joint venture has allowed GM to take advantage of SAIC's market knowledge and to design vehicles built to consumer preferences in China. If GM tried to sell their huge gas-guzzling American vehicles in China, they would have lost millions of dollars because it does not match the foreign consumer preferences. The first mover advantage, along with the scale of their market entry, provides GM with huge success. The initial investment of $1.6 billion represents a strategic commitment to the market with long-term impact. The main source of the joint venture's success can be attributed to the decision to partner with SAIC. SAIC's market knowledge allowed the companies to work together to produce vehicles tailored specifically for the Chinese market. Vehicles like the Wuling Sunshine were an absolute hit with consumers. GM's strategy regarding scale of the market entry, paired with first mover's advantage, large initial investments paid off. And now on to our final question. Question 5. As of 2015, GM appears to be increasing its strategic commitments to China, building more factories and opening more dealers. Why is the company making these bets? Do you think it's the right decision, and what are the potential risks? As a group, we believe that GM is doing the right thing, expanding operations in China by building more facilities and opening up to more dealers. It is leveraging a brand name that is already known and trusted by the Chinese. By that we mean SAIC. Providing its technology and betting on the economic growth of China, which is expected to increase continuously as China has a massive potential demand. Some potential risks would include quality issues, loss of control of the operations in China, the potential that GM's competitors would adopt a similar strategy, causing price wars, but overall, the possible rewards would outweigh all potential risks. And that brings us to the end of our project. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you all have a great rest of your day.